Hey everyone, before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. The invite to the hospital charity event lingered on my kitchen table for 3 full weeks until I finally chose to go. It was for St. Mary's Health Center's yearly fundraiser, the black tie silent auction, all the bells and whistles. My brain surgeon, Dr. Elena Torres, had handed it to me herself right after my third operation on my head in just a year and a half. She wanted me there to show off as one of her triumphs, she explained, even though I still had wraps hidden beneath my neatly done hair and couldn't stay on my feet longer than 20 minutes before the world started spinning. I nearly skipped it. My relatives had made it obvious they figured my health problems were way overblown. Lila's always been the drama queen. My little sister Brooke spilled to anybody who would listen. At 23, she was the star of the family, pre-med at a top-notch college, in charge of volunteers at a no-cost health clinic, online influencer with 50,000 fans sharing her path to becoming a caregiver. Mom and Dad covered every expense for her while I earned my living as a health drawing artist from my apartment, fitting my independent gigs around Operation Heal-Ups and rehab sessions. It's only migraines, Mom assured cousins when they wondered why I skipped Thanksgiving the year before. I'd actually been in intensive care bouncing back from urgent surgery to take out a brain growth the size of a golf ball. She's playing it up for sympathy, Brooke claimed when I couldn't make it to her graduation bash. I'd been by myself at home dealing with after-surgery issues while the whole big family toasted her successes at a fancy eatery I partly funded with the regular payments I mailed to our parents. They had no clue about those payments. Mom and Dad saw my freelance health drawing gig as just a cute side thing. They never realized I was the main artist for 3 big health book companies, that my detailed body sketches were in use at training hospitals nationwide, that I brought in more cash than both of them put together. I stayed mum about it since I'd figured out young that any win of mine got brushed off or somehow chalked up to their raising me. But my sickness was something they couldn't totally overlook. They just decided to downplay it. You really need yet another operation? Dad questioned before my second one. These docs are just after cash. Maybe check with someone else. I'd already gotten 4 expert views. Everyone agreed. Skip the surgery, and I'd probably suffer a stroke before turning 30. I was 27. The growth was non-cancerous but pushy, tangled around key bloodlines. Every procedure carried big risks. Every heal-up was tough. And every time, my relatives acted like it was no more than a teeth cleaning. Brooke has exams coming up next week. Mom replied when I asked if she'd give me a ride to my pre-surgery check. She's under so much pressure. Can't you grab a ride share? I took a ride share to brain surgery 3 times. Brooke shared on social media about her tough slog through advanced chemistry while I practiced walking again without toppling. Her update racked up thousands of thumbs ups. Mom left heart emojis and so proud of you, sweetie, on everyone. When I brought up my dizziness worsening, Dad suggested maybe hit the gym more. Brooke jogs 5 miles each morning. I couldn't jog. I could hardly stroll straight, but yeah, Dad. I'd jump on that. The event invite seemed like real recognition from the single person who truly got what I'd endured. Dr. Torres had gripped my hand before every operation, laid out every danger clearly, and phoned me herself with lab outcomes. She'd witnessed me at my lowest, sobbing in her exam room when my relatives skipped a key meeting, trembling in the prep area when I knew I'd face the knockout gas solo once more. You're among the toughest folks I've ever cared for, she said after the 3rd procedure. And I want everyone to hear about it. So I picked out a gown that covered my emergency ID band, worked on my steadiness in shoes with lifts, and made up my mind to show up. I kept it from my relatives. They wouldn't have cared anyhow. I got to the hotel hall at 7, already wiped out from prepping. The space sparkled with fancy lights and buzzed with docs, hospital bosses, and big money givers. Dr. Torres saw me right away and hurried over. Wow, you made it. You look amazing. She embraced me softly, careful of my still mending cut spot. Thanks for asking me, I replied, and I meant it. Come say hi to some folks, she urged, leading me to a cluster by the quiet bidding area. I want them to catch your tail. Wait a sec. For the next 60 minutes, I stayed by Dr. Torres as she presented me to hospital overseers, unit leaders, and key backers. She didn't soften a thing. Lila has powered through 3 skull openings in 18 months, she shared with a former surgeon who'd gifted a whole section to the hospital, each one trickier than the one before. The growth was knotted with the main brain bloodline. One slip, and we'd face total stroke or worse. The surgeon eyed me with real admiration. How'd you keep such a good attitude through it all? I skipped mentioning the solo tears in my place, the freakouts before each cut, the evenings I truly doubted I'd pull through. Instead, I grinned and answered, top-notch care changes everything. Dr. Torres patted my arm. Lila's holding back too. She kept her job going through the whole mess. She's a health drawing pro. You've likely seen her stuff. She did the brain layout part in the newest Harrison's guide. The surgeon's gaze lit up. That was yours? Incredible stuff. Thanks, I murmured, uneasy with compliments I never heard at home. We wove through the group, and I connected with more. A hospital manager cheered my toughness. A brain training doc quizzed me on my signs in detail. A rich backer wanted chats on backing help groups for patients. It all seemed dreamlike. These unknowns grasped the weight of my ordeal better than my own kin ever did. Then I caught her tone. Oh wow, Lila. I spun and spotted Brooke by the bidding setups in a high-end outfit I'd likely chipped in for via our parents. Her eyes popped in shock. What brings you here? She wondered, stepping closer. She didn't embrace me. I got an invite, I stated plainly. From whom? She seemed doubtful, like I'd snuck in. Before I could reply, Dr. Torres popped up beside me. Brooke, this your sibling? Brooke's look shifted to scheming. Yeah, you're Lila's surgeon. She stuck out her hand with that polished appeal she pulled on all. I'm Brooke Torres, pre-med at State University. I've actually tracked your papers. Your stuff on brain blood ops is amazing. Dr. Torres took her hand nicely but stayed stone-faced. Appreciate it. And you've been there for Lila during her care. Brooke chuckled, that belittling snort she gave when she found stuff silly. Well, you know Lila, she's always dialed up the health drama. We try not to encourage it much. The room felt like it chilled instantly. Drama. Dr. Torres's words were soft. I mean, she's okay now, yeah? Brooke flicked her eyes to me, then to Dr. Torres. It was just some head pains and small ops. Not a big deal. My heart squeezed. Even here, even then, she couldn't stop. Small ops? Dr. Torres echoed, her voice even. Right? Brooke nodded, building steam. I mean, not downplaying or whatever, but Lila likes to stretch things. She's done that since little, grabbing notice for tiny stuff. Folks were tuning in now. The old surgeon edged nearer. A hospital overseer paused his chat to watch. Brooke, I said low. Maybe we ought to. It's cool, Brooke brushed off. Dr. Torres gets it. I'm sure she deals with over-the-top patients constantly. She faced the doc with a knowing grin. Honestly, I think Lila just craves the pity. She's dragged this out for more than a year. Meantime, I'm really pushing to be an actual doc, doing real good. The quiet after was crushing. Dr. Torres's face went from blank to a chill I'd never witnessed. Professional rage. Miss Torres, she stated, her words slicing the party hum. Let me confirm I have this right. You think your sister's 3 skull openings were small ops? Brooke fidgeted a bit, catching the wrist late. Well, I mean, and you figure, Dr. Torres pressed, her volume up just enough for more heads to turn, that a brain growth looped around the main brain bloodline is no biggie. I didn't mean, Brooke began. Allow me to school you, Dr. Torres cut in. And now she addressed the whole circle forming around us. Since you're pre-med, you ought to grasp this. Your sister had a level 2 star cell growth with odd traits. Know what that implies? Brooke's face drained. It implies, Dr. Torres declared, her tone commanding. Without action, your sister had roughly 6 months before the growth triggered a huge stroke or brain squeeze. Know what a brain squeeze is, Miss Torres? Yes, Brooke breathed. Then you know it's deadly. Dr. Torres stepped nearer. Your sister has braved 3 distinct skull openings. The first lasted 12 hours. The growth was so meshed with vital blood paths that we kept her awake for 4 hours of it to chart key brain zones. Know what that entails? Brooke shook her head, eyes welling. It means your sister was conscious on the table with her head open while we plotted her brain to dodge lasting damage. She stayed alert, helpful, and fearless as we sliced her brain matter. And you label that small. The group had swelled. I spotted hospital managers, fellow docs, backers. All eyes on Brooke. The second op, Dr. Torres pushed on without mercy, got messy with bleeding midway. We almost lost her right there. I held pressure by hand on a burst tiny bloodline while my assistant summoned help. Your sister needed 4 blood packs and 3 days in intensive care. I didn't know, Brooke tried. You didn't know 'cause you didn't inquire, Dr. Torres shot back. You didn't show up. You didn't ring. I know 'cause Lila put me as her backup contact for all 3 ops. Not you. Not your folks. Me. A surgeon she'd met under a year ago was more dependable than her blood kin. Brooke wept now, I makeup streaking. Whispers rippled. I noticed a phone filming. The 3rd op, Dr. Torres added, happened 3 weeks back. Lila has a 6-inch cut still closing. She has ongoing dizziness needing forever care. She has constant aches that jolt her awake. She swallows 12 pills daily. She hits rehab thrice weekly. She has a seizure issue now from the op fallout. She sports an emergency band if a fit hits in public. Dr. Torres pointed my way, and I gently lifted my hair to reveal the op mark, still red and raw. The group inhaled sharply. This, Dr. Torres announced, aiming at me, is what you call no big deal. This lady has beaten 3 brain ops. She holds a full job with ongoing sickness. She lives solo, 'cause her kin ditched her in her darkest hour. And you dare show at a hospital money raiser and tell backers, folks who aid patients like your sister, that she's pretending for pity. I'm sorry, Brooke bawled. I didn't get it. No, Dr. Torres iced. You chose not to get it. Big difference. Dr. Robert Harlan, the hospital's head surgeon and someone I'd just met an hour prior, advanced. Brooke Torres, you're the pre-med from State University. Brooke nodded, dabbing tears. You applied here last month for our summer study slot, he noted. I sat on the pick team. Brooke's face blanched. Yes, sir. You wrote in your essay about aiming to doc 'cause you knew patient struggles via family health fights. His tone froze. You leaned on your sister's brain growth. These small ops as your hook. I aim to show caring. You cashed in her pain for your med school bid, Dr. Harlan stated, while trash-talking her as overdramatic in private. That's not caring. That's heartless. He grabbed his phone. I'll ring state admissions tomorrow. They need the full picture on their prospect. No, please, Brooke lunged, but he dodged. You're not cut out to heal, he said flat. You miss the core kindness this job demands. Dr. Torres faced me. Lila, sorry. I should have checked guests closer. Didn't know your kin would show. It's fine, I said, though trembling. It's not, she insisted. But trust me, everyone here gets the real story now. Wrap up. The clip blew up. A guest caught Dr. Torres's full talk and shared it online captioned. Doc School's med hopeful who downplayed sister's brain ops as small stuff. In 2 days, 15 million watches. Brooke's social page got uncovered. Folks sifted her updates and spotted tons of polished tales on her sister's health path, showing her as the caring sib. The gap between her online act and the event clip was huge. State's pre-med track put out a note. We won't stand for false claims in apps or zero caring in our pics. Brooke's spot got pulled. The med programs where she talked all mailed no thanks. Someone stitched her social clips using my health woes for feels with the event footage side by side. No entry board wanted that risk. My folks rang me first time in 3 months. How could you shame your sister so? Mom snapped. I didn't, I said steady. Brooke did it to herself. She's lost it all. Her doc dreams wrecked. She wrecked them, I replied, by fibbing and using my real health nightmare for her apps while labeling me dramatic behind doors. We need you to share something, Dad pushed. Say it was a mix-up that Brooke backed you. No, I refused. He sounded stunned. I'd never denied them. I'm through covering for this crew, I declared. Brooke announced at a hospital bash that my brain ops were small while I stood there with a fresh cut. Dr. Torres just spoke facts. If Brooke can't face her own mess, not my issue. You're selfish, Mom accused. Family backs family. You're spot on, I agreed. Where was my backup for my 3 brain ops? Where for any doc visits? Who got me home from the hospital? Quiet. I cover my own bills, I went on, voice firm. I ride share to brain surgery. I did 3 intensive days solo. I retaught myself walking alone. And all along, you told all I was overdoing it. So skip the family backup talk. If you don't straighten this, Dad warned, you're out of the family. Great, I said and ended the call. The regular payments halted. I blocked their lines. I switched my backup contacts to Dr. Torres and my rehab pro. Brooke's pre-med guide at State cut her from the track after a morals check. The no-cost clinic where she helped told her to bow out. Her social fans fell from 50,000 to 12,000, mostly haters lingering to bash. On the flip, Dr. Torres had me talk at a patient rights meet. Harrison's Health Books gave me a deal for a complete brain layout guide. The hospital overseers asked me onto their patient input group. 6 months on, I hit a health drawing meet in Boston. In the main talk, the speaker flashed one of my body sketches to show a tricky op method. This drawing, he told the 800 health pros, comes from Lila Torres. Some recall her tale from this year. She's a survivor of 3 brain ops who kept creating through care. Her creations have changed how we teach brain layouts. The room clapped. I sat back row, tears rolling, not from hurt, but from at last being noticed. My phone pinged. Message from unknown. This is Brooke. Talk. I erased it unread. I'd beaten 3 brain ops, remastered walking, and pieced my world back without kin help. I no longer crave their okay. The ones who counted, my docs, my work pals, my true buddies, they knew the facts. They'd known from the start, and that sufficed.